Hey Qtron man, thanks for watching the video, taking it seriously, but also with a grain of salt. Because I was being emotional or whatever. I appreciate that hid some of the content. Because I just took it as implicit. I think it's implicit, but I will just be much more explicit. It'll be hard for me not to get somewhat emotional with this because it does bug me, but hopefully you understand that. But I definitely don't support people that are
Policy,
going to call
the
you
things that they are striving
a
for, like for instance,
fascist.
getting rid of all nation states and
What the heck
reshaping
is
the
going
globe
on?
under their
Oh,
rule,
something's starting
are
here.
so.
Okay, sorry about that. So the main issue is this. Ayn Rand is arguing why rights should be taken from people, why their rights don't count. She's saying that those Indians were slaves of their chiefs, and therefore they had no rights. They had no rights because their government had given them no rights. So she says they had no rights because their government didn't give them rights. Well, what is the inherent in man gift of objective rights if you don't get them if your government hasn't already given them to you? It doesn't even make sense. So if you had an objectivist oriented revolution going on in a country, but the government was just a brutal government, and the culture did not have concepts of individual rights, and that's why the objectivists were fighting. You could just nuke the whole place, including objectivists. None of them had rights. Or, oh, the objectivists had rights, but what if they were some, adjective in front of the kind of objectivity, so it didn't quite fit, yours or Ayn Rand's? That's just a ridiculous game to play when you're talking about fundamental human rights. They're humans. It seems inherently contradictory, and it's obvious she's dancing around to try to defend this position. You have to ask, well, why does she have it? And it's like, well, she's a conservative. Not that all conservatives are like that, but she's a conservative. She had a conservative attitude about the history of the Indians. She was accepting of the Hollywood stereotype, and you know, she just had to defend that view because she had it, not because it followed from her ideas. It's totally contradictory, and it makes no sense, and it totally makes a mess of everything else she would like to have us believe, it seems to me.